Welcome to another day of viewing on public access television. We hope you enjoy today's programming.
All right, welcome back. Welcome to Mythopolis, part 4, I think now? Okay, so in this episode, we're starting on a log flume. Yeah, I kind of got rid of that dark ride idea that I had in the corner. It's gone. So I built a splash mountain instead. Okay, so when I cleared the path that was leading up to Mount Olympus, I realized that there was just a lot of space that I didn't really know what to do with. I was like, I can put rocks here maybe? I don't know. It kind of just seemed like a pit. And I was like, I don't know what to put in a pit. And I really wanted to do like tongue-in-cheek dark ride where it's like, oh, welcome to the underworld, and it's, you know, it's the Hades travel company or something stupid like that. Like, really dumb jokes and just trying to combine like weird tongue-in-cheek hilarious things, like kind of like the what is it called, the Jungle Cruise, right? Kind of like that, but mythology, if that makes any sense. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but I kind of want this to kind of have that similar vibe. And okay, what I'm doing here is I realized that there was a huge area in the ride with just nothing. So I was trying my best to add a switchback. And it becomes a switchback with a switchback with a switchback. So, it is not great. But it does give you some cool, you know, angles and views of the log flume, which is pretty neat. But yeah, no, it's wild. This queue is very long, but it does give you a weird, unique view of one of these splashdowns, which is kind of cool. This queue system was a little bit of a pain, but I did get it to work, so that was good. And then I tried to like rotate it to kind of fit it in there a little bit better. Am I gonna rotate it? Yeah, because I feel like it was too far over when I did it like that. Anyway, sorry, I'm just talking about what I was doing, I guess. Yeah, so, like, a little Jungle Cruise Splash Mountain, but mythology themed. I think that would, like, really funny, and, like, maybe there's, like, it's the River Styx tour company, and boats are departing every 3 to 5 days, and that's why, like, the queue is ridiculously long. And in this, in this little plaza, because it is going to be, like, an open-air plaza, I don't really know how I'm going to... It's going to be a lot of rock work and a lot of landscaping for this one, because this queue is kind of on the border of what I thought was going to be. Like, oh, and right here, the queue goes really too close, I think, to the ride there. But you do see the ride with no one in it, which I think is interesting, because there's an unload, then the load is right there, but this is like the track in between. So if you're waiting in line, you can just see these empty boats floating past, which I think is kind of eerie, which I kind of love. But what was I just saying? Oh my god, what was I just saying? Hang on. See, and this is why I'm not good at voiceovers, because I lose my train of thought within like 2 seconds. Right, so it's on the border of kind of being like an indoor-outdoor ride, which is Splash Mountain. I mean, that's an indoor-outdoor ride. But the very specific area that I wanted to be an enclosed area is like, there's so many things in it and around it, and there's like the queue that kind of goes in it. And like one of the biggest issues I'm gonna have is those stupid rocks from Aqualand. Yeah. Okay, because listen, those rocks are great, and I made a big fuss about those stupid sightlines. But I think the show building I need it to be at least 4 meters taller, okay, in some of these sections. Maybe 2 meters will be fine. And at that point, I don't think you'll see it. Maybe. I'm being very nitpicky, okay? I understand that about sightlines, but I'm trying my best, you know, so it is what it is. In this little plaza thingy, I made myself laugh really hard because I put a statue of like a philosopher guy. But he's at the back of the plaza and there's 2 trees in front of him. So he's a philosopher talking to 2 trees. Which, I mean, I think that's just funny. So, I don't know. But, like, it doesn't really make sense if you just kind of look at it. But, like, now that I told you that, does it make sense? But anyway, this queue is very long, and I'm trying to... I'm not good at queues, and I kind of want to challenge myself on this one. This entire ride is going to be a challenge, because it's a lot of rock work, it's a lot of landscaping, and I am not... I'm not very good at that stuff. I will jump into a live section, and I'll, like, show you around a little bit. There's a lot of parts where... it's going to be a lot of rocks, and it's going to be a lot of using your imagination so I can show you what I am kind of envisioning. But, like, I think this little courtyard is a good example of what it's going to look like and why it's going to take a while. Because these rocks, they take a lot of time to place. And I was trying to not, you know, there's stuff everywhere. I kind of want to extend the queue down underneath where that is, but then again, that's supposed to be the indoor section. So yeah, I don't know. See, that's the issue. That was supposed to be the indoor section. Aqualand is like right there. This is a very compact little splash mountain, and like I said, I will show you it at the end, but man, is this going to be difficult. So progress might be really slow on this. It might be like, I placed a bunch of rocks today, and then, you know, a week will go by, and then suddenly it'll just be like, I finished it, and it's like, what? Like, you never know with me sometimes. I never know with myself. So, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, just like a little weird cave thingy. Maybe I'll write some, like, weird philosophical things on the cave. Oh my god. Like, what's the Plato's cave? Right? Where you're like trapped, or you're strapped to like a wall or whatever, and then you have like projections of things going by. That would be hysterical to have in one of these little areas. Maybe. Really not. I'm not really here to ponder deep philosophical things, so it's not really like my jam. But that would be kind of fun. So, I don't know. I'm also trying to add like, you know, real terrain on top of this, because it is going to be... it's a very big ride, and there's a lot of backstage that I don't really want people to see. Anyway, okay, I'm going to turn it over to myself, and I'm going to do like a little live section, just going to show you around. There's going to be a lot of missing rock work, so just like use your imagination, please. I have a vision. Just bear with me. Alright, so a lot has changed. Don't mind the castle. We're not here to talk about that. It's not finished yet. Mythology. So, well, before I jump into first person, I'm just going to kind of show you the log flume, of, you know, where it is right now. This Mount Olympus section, this is the thing I was talking about with, like, the amphitheater. Just kind of scaling it out, and I'm like, does that look right? I'm not sure. I think this looks fine. You know, there's like a nice, you know, pyramid happening, which is nice. But this log flume has a lot of interaction with the different paths, so I will show you that. And okay, like when you're walking here, one of the first things you see is, well, you know, him, which is okay. I might move him to like further that way so that the first thing you see is the little log flume, because I think that's like a little distracting. You're distracting. So, you know, that I think that's kind of cool. And this being like a little like mountain with like some rocks and things might be kind of cool. And then if we continue this way, I want this to kind of maybe be like a little garden. Maybe this is like a tiled little thing. And then I do want this to kind of be embedded into the cliffside. So maybe I might even take like a page out of like, is it Petra? The thing that you saw at the end of Indiana Jones. That thing. So I kind of want to do that. So the queue starts over here. And it's a very long queue. And you're kind of on the edge of this, which I think is going to be interesting, the theme. We'll get to that. But it gives you some really interesting views of the final drop of the ride. So there's not going to be anyone coming over right now. But yeah, and then you go around this little corner and you go down here. This is the Philosopher's Cave, where you talk to trees the whole time. So I'm going to put like, you know, lanterns and things and maybe philosophical sayings or something. I don't know. But once you do this little cattle pen thingy, you go over here. This might all change, but I thought it was kind of cool to have some interaction with the boats. Like, they're really close. This is like the beginning of the ride. So this might be all like a cave, I'm thinking. And you do get to see them go up, which is, I think, is pretty neat. That's like an interesting little thing that you can see. So, and it has a really cool view of Mount Olympus, right? Right? Isn't that kind of neat? Right there, I think, maybe. And then if we go this way, I can already see them kind of coming down. Oh yeah, see, oh, the lag. There's one. Yeah, see? Nice. You're probably wondering why I have this 12-meter high black wall, and this was supposed to be like a dark ride, so I'm probably just gonna... We'll just put rocks and things and whatever here, so it's less ridiculous, but... Oh, that's the exit down there, by the way. Oh, but this is also, like, once you come up and you do all that stuff, you come back into this area, and then you just go around this big statue, and then you go down. So there's, like, 2 extended queues, I guess, for this. But you get on right here, and you kind of just, like, go around the first drop, and... Yeah, okay, I'm gonna pause it so I can show you guys them coming down. Like, look at how cool that is, right? I think it's pretty neat. Yeah, I moved some things, so you can kind of like see it from like almost everywhere in this little area. And there's even like a little area down here, which I did keep. So this is the little pizza tunnels. This needs to be filled in, but I thought it might be kind of cool to have and see people mingling over here, because this layer down here is supposed to be like you're really in like the underworld. So maybe like seeing people mingling and talking and hanging out up here, it's like, oh, all those lost souls. So I don't know. I think that would be kind of funny to have that as like a story element. But they're just people, just park guests. But there's a cool little interaction with the log flume down here. You can kind of just like watch them splash out. So, and yeah, you can see the castle from like everywhere, but that's fine. I don't know. There's not really much I can do. It's a big castle, so. But yeah, I think that's kind of neat. And then over there, I have the Palace of Knossos. I believe it's not Knossos, but I think it's Knossos. So that's the little minotaur ride, which I might make a little bit bigger. I can make it like a trackless, but I might need more space. Oh, and one more thing, there's a coaster. So I have, I think, the first half pretty complete. No theming yet. It's gonna be like a lot of rocks and trees and things. And like probably like a what is it called? Like a worker break room thingy here. So, but it goes up and around, and it's going to go into the area again, where there's a second launch. It's even faster. See, this is the part I haven't really done much with yet. Geez, that goes fast. But yeah, so you can kind of see what I'm trying to aim for. I think this second area is going to be... Well, it's going to be fast, but I'm not sure I want to theme it a ton. I might just have it be a black box. I don't know. It's hard to add theming in a box like this when the coaster's going by so quickly. So maybe I'll add like Medusa heads or whatever, like sporadically, so you're trying to like escape Medusa or something. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how this is really gonna work into everything because it's like higher up. It doesn't have to be. There's not much in this land. Like there's 3 major rides, or well, okay, there's 2 major rides and like a C ticket, which is it's good, but there's no like flat rides. This over here, I have the an E ticket, maybe like 2 C tickets, and then like 2 flat rides, which I think that's a good number. So, but this is just gonna have maybe just 3 rides in it. And I don't really know if that's good enough. I'll keep toying with it and figuring out what to do with that like little amphitheater over there. I think it's a cute idea, but it takes up so much space, and I'm not sure if it's a good use of space. I could move it back further, actually. Wait, hang on. If I select all this and move it back, that might work better. So I can hide it better from over here, so it's not like I'm trying to show it off from this angle, but when you're over here, it's kind of like the first thing you see. Okay, that might work better, and it does actually explain why this coaster launches you so far out. So, okay. Yeah, and I can put like trees in front of it. This'll work. Okay. Anyway, I am gonna stop the recording here. Yeah, okay.